Coach, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great NFC matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New Orleans Saints. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Check 24, check 24. Alert flat, go! Check 13, check 13. Hey, switch gears. Got it. Kill. You gon' take.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Down, ready, back 25. Let's go one more. Hey, Tuesday. Pilot, 64, weak. Right. Begin. Hey, exit.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Caught by the tight end Ertz. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Ryan. It's caught by Jackson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
X3, 218, chopper. Check.
Ryan. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Ryan will throw again. And that will be incomplete.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. Not the touchdown they wanted, but, hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
At their own 25-yard line.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Shotgun now for Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Hey, kill. 5. 53, Mike, 53.
To throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
53, check 53. Check. Hey, orbit. Check 53. Hey, easy. Check 53 is Mike. Focus defense. 0-2.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And He's got a man, Calvin Ridley. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Breeze. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 48 yards, and the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Bring it. 22. Hey, wahoo.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Cameron Jordan. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Third and long. It's Ryan. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Cameron Jordan picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone.
Ready, 5-8, 5-8. Mike, number 53. Mike, 50. Hey, 2 kill. Defense.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
2nd and 11 at the Eagles' 43-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
5-9. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Here we go. Let's bring it.
Working from the gun. It's Breeze. This one caught by Ridley. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
5-9. Check 53's Mike. We own them. We own them. Hey, easy. Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
On first down, Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. Uses the stiff arm.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Ready. 21. Got it. 55, Mike, 55. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's go.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Ryan gets it off to Freeman. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. 20! They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I'm not sure this is how they had it drawn out on paper, but this is going to work out for them and then some, right? They've got a big chunk they've got to pick up. They decide to check it down, and he just turns into a pure athlete and makes a huge play for them.
Being chased out left. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They go option right on 2nd and goal. The pitch goes to Freeman. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost.
Hey, let's go. 54, Tom. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. 51, Tom. Check 49. Ready, set.
On 3rd and goal, Ryan. This will be caught by Brown. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From midfield, here's Breeze. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards that time. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards there and a first down. From the shotgun, Ryan. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Devontae Freeman, as the first half is winding down. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter.
53, check 53. Hey, easy.
The final shot before half for Breeze. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
5-9. At the 22-yard line. Number 53. Mike 53. Hey, tight. Hey, easy. You got motion, man. You, 12. 53's the mic.
Here's Breeze to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, Haywood.
To throw, it's Breeze. And he will find Ridley. That's complete.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Breeze to throw again. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A very solid gain of 27. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Check safety, check safety. Shoot. Over.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
From the 36, Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Zach Brown. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Let's go, let's go.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze.
Watch the cut, watch the cut.
And this is going to be incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
21. Hey, Foxtrot. Space. Come on.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Throw left side complete. That's Freeman. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
They'll have a 1st down past the 40. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Breeze now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Hey, here we go. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Sammy. 53 is the mic. 53. Check. Hey, kill. Watch the run.
Hey, high 7.
53 is mic. Check. 53.
36.
I got one. Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
Throwing now is Breeze. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
Ready. Back 25.
I got.
51, down.
He's crazy.
They'll run on 1st down. Freeman. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun. Ryan. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And this one will be brought back to the 22. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running your...
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
53 is the mic. I got one. 53 is the mic.
Breeze now. Again has it complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
16 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Let's get it.
13.
Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. And got his man complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, 68 yards. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd down, Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. From the gun, Ryan. Flush to his right. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Ready?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, kill.
53 is the mic.
Get that.
Now Breeze. And his pass incomplete.
Pass incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Better bring it. Hey, Alpha. I'm letting you know.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, South.
Watch your back. Watch the back. 55's Mike, guys. 55.
Gotta go.
Ryan to throw. Forced out to his left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, but it'll be 2nd down.
Ready.
Check. 55, Mike.
Face.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55.
They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Running with Kamara. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They run it again with Kamara. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Saints on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7.
0-2. Hey, exit.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
Now Breeze. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation.
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there for Philly. 63 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They run with Howard. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
So he got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So nothing of importance there, just the season on the line, and he puts it home to likely get him through to the division round.
If you're a fan, you're watching this one with your hands over your eyes. But if you're a kicker, that's what you practice for all season long. And this one was never in doubt.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm MaddenGodz. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. I'll be heading to the hotel. Charles, he's off to Bourbon Street.
No, I'm not.
Yes, we say so long from New Orleans.